Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to do a special series about how pollinators and insects see the world. So as I mentioned in my earlier video, insects cannot see orange and red shades. So this lantana is almost invisible for most of the pollinators. There is some evidence that hummingbird hook moths and bees can see some parts of orange and maybe red, but for the moment the results are inconclusive. So I'm using a high power UV lamp. It's a high pressure mercury lamp with a special coating which only allows UVA, so 365 nanometer wavelength through. And I would like to first demonstrate the plants which I'm going to show you in light and then in UV. So the first one is the lantana, the second is a lovely buddleia, and the third is sunflower, the fourth is lavender, and I also have a spider here. You won't be able to see this right now, just under UV light. It's a crab spider and it's going to fluorescent under the UV light, so the pollinators will think it's a reward. So most pollinators collect nectar and pollen, but for some plants the pollen is invisible, so the pollinators, for example the lilies pollinators, are moths and butterflies, and they don't collect pollen, so the pollen will not fluorescent under UV light. So I turn off my light now and I'm going to demonstrate a couple of things for you. So first you can see my hand, and I'm going to show you my hand is blue under the UV, and I'm going to apply some sun protection. This is 30 FPS sun protection, and you can see that the sun protection is turning my hand black because it absorbs all the UV light. So our first plant, the lantana, is red under UV light, and so this plant is invisible for the pollinators. The second is the buddleia, and you can see that the buddleia is also red. But the sunflower, because it gives pollen, it fluoresces the pollen very nicely. Nice yellow flowers, pollen. And you can see that some pollen fallen on the leaves, and it also fluoresces. So it's a lovely example. So this is how we interpret that bees are seeing the sunflower, because they can see in UV light. And unfortunately lavender, because it has so little flowers, only the pollen and the stigma is fluorescing under UV light, so you don't see too much. And I'm going to carry my stuff here, and here you can see the spider, the crab spider, fluorescing under UV light. It's very interesting. And there's a smaller crab spider there and there. So there's a lot of crab spiders in this buddleia which are visible for the pollinators, and they still go there and think that there's some pollen and nectar for them, but instead they are meeting with their death, the crab spider. And here is an example of a lily. This is exotic sun, and you can see that the stigma, this is the stigma, these are the anthers, and these are the stamens, and the stamens and the nectary furrows are glowing in UV. And you can see here that a spent flower is also glowing under UV, the places where the nectaries were. So this is quite interesting. And I'm going to meet you in the third part of these UV insect visions. So thank you for your attention and see you in the next video. Bye bye.